Hi there, I'm coming to you tonight from my very basic Mexican kitchen. I do a lot of cooking with my Instant Pot because we do have a propane stove, so not a lot of room on there, but I tend to use the Instant Pot a lot. Tonight I'm going to be making vegetable soup. I've got some vegetables just that I found in the fridge that needed to be used up, like some carrots, cabbage, sweet potato, mushrooms, onion, got some good spices. I'm going to cook that in my Instant Pot and then finish it off in the Vitamix. So I'm going to get started chopping. I'll see you soon. Okay, so the vegetables are all washed. Now I've got my celery and my mushrooms chopped. I am going to now chop my onions, my carrots, my sweet potato, and my cabbage. I'm going to turn my Instant Pot on saute and get those going. Okay, so I'm chopping up my carrots. You may be asking why I'm chopping them so big and I don't really care about the size. I'm just trying to cook them up because I'm going to finish everything off in the Vitamix and make a smooth, creamy soup. Okay, so I've got more vegetables chopped up now. I'm going to take olive oil, about a quarter cup of it. I'm going to dump it in my Instant Pot. I don't know what you even call this, but I'm going to dump it in there. Reason I like the Instant Pot, you can make everything in one pot, less to clean, especially when you have a little sink and no dishwasher. So I'm actually going to even use some more olive oil because olive oil is so good for you. I'm going to put that in. I'm going to get the onions going and then put my little bit of turmeric, some cinnamon, garlic, salt and pepper, and get that onions going, and then I'm going to add the rest of the vegetables in to start getting the flavors in there as well. So I'm going to get that going. Okay, adding turmeric, cinnamon. I'll kind of show you how much I put in of everything. Cinnamon just kind of brings out a little bit more flavor. So I don't know if you can see that, but the orangish stuff is the turmeric, and then the cinnamon and the onions. Ooh, okay, while the Instant Pot is heating up, I got it on saute, so I'm going to just let this heat up until I hear the onions start cooking. I did want to mention that this recipe is also very good if you are preparing for bariatric surgery, or if you're in any phase of the surgery really. I did have that surgery about 3.5 years ago, so this the way I'm cooking it, making it smooth in the Vitamix, you can use it for your liquid diet. You could also use it after when you do need to be on liquid foods. The only thing that you might want to watch out for is the coconut milk. I'm not going to use that much because I still do follow, even though it's been 3 years, I still do only eat about a cup of food per meal because that's all my stomach will hold, and that's how I've maintained my success with it. I have lost 105 pounds over the past 3.5 years. Being diligent and eating healthy, I've recently cleaned up my diet even more. So I've been able to really help myself get even more healthy by following the Plant Paradox diet. Ooh, these onions are strong. Anyway, just wanted to bring that up. Okay, so now my onions are cooking, or if I was fancy on a cooking show, I'd say they're sweating. Anyway, so now that they're like that, I'm going to put the rest of my vegetables in and just let all of the flavors meld together before I do add my my Trader Joe's organic chicken stock, which we love. I'm going to just pour that in at the end just so it covers up all the vegetables, and then I'll turn my Instant Pot on soup from there, and it'll be about 30 minutes, and I'll be able to pull everything out and finish up my recipe. Okay, all my vegetables are cooking. It looks beautiful. See that nice, beautiful color? My husband's completely laughing at me right now, which I think is hilarious, but I don't care. I'm going to keep doing my thing. Just letting all the flavors get in here, and gonna add that chicken broth or chicken stock once I feel I'm ready to. All right, I got everything cooked down. I put the cabbage in kind of towards the end because it doesn't really need to cook that much. Just pouring the stock in. I'm gonna see where it ends up, and if we need a little more liquid, I'll just add some water, but it's looking pretty darn good because the cabbage has a lot of water in it, so just one carton will do it. So now I'm gonna cover it. Okay, so I lost my light, but that's okay. It's charging up. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that I do have everything in it. Whoa, in the Instant Pot. Sorry, dogs, they hate the Instant Pot. Anyway, everything's in there. It's gonna cook for about 35 minutes once everything happens. That's Diego. And once that's done, I'll go to the next step, but I'm gonna basically just put it in my Vitamix and make it smooth with some coconut milk and add some spices back in for taste, and hopefully, with some luck, we'll have a good soup. Okay, I'm back. My soup is now done. There you go. So everything cooked down really nice. It smells so good in here. It smells like fall, even though it doesn't really feel like fall during the day here. It's about 75 and sunny every day, but at night it cools down, so we can have fall in Mexico. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do now is, it looks really good the way it is with the cabbage and everything in there, so I'm gonna keep half of it for just as it is, and then I'm gonna do the other half in my Vitamix here. Vitamix is probably my favorite thing ever blender that I've ever had. It works great for everything. This one even has a hot soup feature on it where you can cook hot soup right there, but I've never used it, so I didn't want to give that a try tonight, but maybe I will in the future. So I'm gonna put half of this in the Vitamix and get it blending. I'll check back in. Okay, so I've got some of my soup mixture in my Vitamix right now. I'm gonna get this blending up and then we'll see how that turns out. I am gonna use, to make it a little more creamy, I am gonna use some of the Trader Joe's, I don't know if you can see that, organic coconut milk in there. I'm not gonna open this one up because I actually have an old pickle jar that I took, and I keep my coconut milk cold because I do use that in my morning protein shake. I'll probably show you guys one of those later at some point, but I put about half of this in there because I like to try to get some good healthy fats, and coconut milk is one of the healthiest fats you can have. So I'm gonna go ahead, get this blended up, and then we'll see about the coconut milk. I'm just gonna add a little bit in at a time and see how that thickens it up and makes it more creamy. So as you can see, it is blending up right now in the Vitamix. I started it off at 1 right here, and then I'm gonna just turn it right here. I'm gonna turn that up a little bit just to get it moving. This thing has a lot of horsepower, and it's really quiet actually, but it really does blend everything up quite nice. So we're gonna check the consistency of that here. I'm gonna get that turned off. And then I'm gonna add some coconut milk in to see how that goes. So I added about a little less than 1/4 of a cup of coconut milk in here. So now I'm gonna put it back on 1. You always wanna start it really slow because it does have a lot of power. So we'll just get that blended all the way through. It did seem a little thick when I put it in, so I might have to thin it out with some of the broth, but we'll see. I'm gonna just turn that up a bit. As you can see, I can make it go really strong, but we're just gonna see what this does. I'll turn this down a little bit now, and then I'm gonna pour some out in a little dish here. So let me grab one of those. When you have bariatric surgery, you eat out of little dishes. So I have a lot of these little dishes, but they come in handy because they're good for food prep and portion control and all of those things. So let's give this a check and see how it looks. Ooh, it's still nice and hot. I haven't tried it. I don't really cook with a recipe. I'm not a big recipe follower, so I don't know. It's orange. I don't know how that's gonna go over, but we're gonna give it a shot here. If I can find a spoon. It's actually quite delicious. It does need a little bit of salt, so I'm gonna add some of that in, blend it through again. But here you have it. We've got a creamy vegetable soup, and then in my Instant Pot over here, I do have some leftover with the chunks of the cabbage and all the vegetables in there for a little bit more of a hearty soup. Hope you enjoyed this. I'm gonna just jazz this up to taste with some salt, maybe some pepper, and enjoy my dinner. Thanks.